Yes, I'm coming to you today, and I want to talk to you guys about a couple of things. How you doing? I'm trying to get away from drinking coffee so much. I'm drinking more cocoa. It'll never happen. Once when I tried to quit coffee, I used to smoke years ago, and that's a whole nother story I'll tell you guys about sometime, but I'll suffice it to say that the Lord quit me. When people say, how'd you quit? I tried everything in the book. I'm a psych major, so I tried, a big thick rubber band against my wrist to send negative reinforcement every time I thought of a cigarette, blah, blah, blah. I tried everything, just suffice it to say. And then I would smoke and pray, and just ask God to deliver me of it. I'll never forget, like on the 31st day, I will go to heaven saying, what was up with 31 days? I just quit. I went to all the things that I usually do, like having my coffee, having my ride into work, walking, have something to eat, all the times that you would smoke a cigarette after. And I sat down at work and I went, I've quit smoking. And I said it out so loud, it was almost like a proclamation. It just came out of me, and I don't know how to describe it. It's that whenever I'm thinking, is there a God? I'm like, I did not do that. And plus, there's been so many other instances where God has proved himself to me. Not that he has to, but he has. And so there's been other things in my life that he hasn't delivered me of, and I don't know if that's because, we all have stuff. And some people would say, oh, Beth, that's so minor, but not to me. No sin is minor. So, but one of them is I wanted to quit drinking coffee, and I quit, and oh my gosh, it was a whole different experience. I had migraines. I had the shakes and sweats. I was really airy, more than usual, airheaded, and it was horrible. And so now whenever I have coffee, y'all see it, I usually have a cup, and you see this is kind of a tiny cup. It's not even all the way full. It usually only fills up halfway on my Keurig, but I just make sure if I'm going to have coffee every day, I don't have much. And a lot of times I do have decaf. So, anyway, it just draws you out. And so, I am trying to drink less of it. I remember, a friend, he drank, just warm water. And I was like, are you trying to trick yourself into thinking it's coffee, like mentally? So that's probably actually a good idea. But anyway, how you doing? Should we drink hot water together? We should try it for a week. See if we can do it. Okay, so what am I talking to you about today? I came here with two particular things in mind. One, actually both of them are from some of my southern subbies saying they have issues and they want to talk about them. One is bags under the eyes. The other is, how do you get an eyebrow? Well, I'm not a doctor or professional makeup artist, but I can share with you what I know. Okay. The internet. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm not kidding. I did look this up, and I was going to share with you guys. Some of these things are obvious, and so you just have to make some decisions what you're going to do. Like, are you going to switch to warm water or hot water and pretend it's coffee? Or put in just a slight bit of tea if you're not going to, add all the additives and stuff that you put into coffee, like creamer and sugars and all that. That's a good thing about tea is I typically don't like anything in my tea. I just like the flavor of the tea. But they both have caffeine. But there's caffeine free too, you guys. And that's probably the better way to go. All right, so get this. One of the things that you really got to watch for bags under the eyes, sometimes it can be hereditary. I did not see anywhere in anything that I've done that says it has anything at all to do with a lack of sleep. Zero. Now, the way you sleep is mentioned in one of these. But let me tell you what the number one thing they mentioned is, and this is bad for you all the way around anyway. Salt. Salt just dries you out. And water will always find its way from parts of your body that are low in sodium to those that have the most. So the area around your eyes is a prime example. And that's why, like, after you have a dinner that's just loaded with salt and you wake up the next morning, you have, like, really bad puffy eyes. That's why. So cut the salt. And that's also better for your arteries. You don't have the arteries and all that kind of stuff. It's just not good for you to have a lot of salt. There's already sodium in a lot of things that are packaged, prepackaged, canned, whatever. So when you add salt, it just makes it so much worse. I know it tastes better. People talk about their sensitivity to monosodium glutamate. It's a salt. You're just sensitive to salt. So all salts, really, we need to kind of cut them. Also, manage your allergies. Find a good allergy medication that helps you, because how you manage it has a lot to do with it. A lot of antihistamines dry you up pretty bad, and it will, cause you a lot of... You have to be careful about hydrating if you're going to take a lot of antihistamines, but it also can dry up your puffy eyes along with your runny nose. So anywhere where there's extra fluid like that. A neti pot is what some have suggested. It's a little gizmo that looks like a small teapot, and you pour salt into one nostril and let it drain out the other. I know it sounds weird and gross, but all of this is connected. I know that when my eyes are irritated, my ears are irritated. When my ears are irritated, my eyes are irritated. No joke. If I over scratch my ears, I tend to do that. Someone said, do you have eczema in your ears because you scratch them a lot? I think I just like to keep them way too clean, like over abundantly clean. And so I scratch them, and it gets dry, but it triggers, I think, that it irritates it and it inflames it. And I think that also happens to the eye. Anyway, so if you treat the sinuses, you can help your eyes as well. Obviously, you know that because your eyes water really bad when you have a cold or when you have sinus problems. Switch your sleep position if you can, because it was talking about gravity tends to cause fluid to collect on your eyes, which may explain those pesky bags. Try to sleep on your back or add an extra pillow under your head. I don't know what I think of that one, but this is WebMD in case you want to look this up. Take up your make-off before going... Did I say take up your make-off? I did. Take off your makeup before going to bed, because it is... one of the things that cause morning after puffiness. Will wash off all that stuff with your cleansers. And did y'all hear that alarm? Okay, I'm going to ignore it. Anyway, we all know that you should take makeup off because it does settle down in the wrinkles, and if it sets the wrinkles, and it does cause your eyes to be real puffy. Easy on the alcohol, girls. It's not particularly good for you either. It's kind of toxic. And I'm not saying that you can't ever have a drink. Definitely don't ever drive, and don't drink to excess. But really, one's excess. I hate to say that, but it is. And it's real bad for your skin. It's real bad for your stomach, your liver, your skin, just about everything. Your intestines. That's why you have to get on probiotics a lot of times. It's just it kills all the little good guys, and you have to add back some of them. But drink water before you go to bed, especially... drink a glass of water for everything else that you drink, and that includes alcohol. But water, water, water. Also, protect your eyes from UV rays. Not just sunglasses, but use a concealer or what am I trying to say? Foundation, under eye, anything that's got some blockage, sunscreen in it. And not just right there, but also on your cheeks and nose, because it reflects back light. I know you can't believe that, but it does. Don't smoke. Smoking's so bad for your skin. It's bad for your lungs, your heart, everything. If you want to talk to me about my smoking experience and my deliverance from it, I know people like deliverance. You say I'm Pentecostal. Well, I'm actually Baptist-based. But there's something to God being able to deliver you of things. So if you want to talk to me about it, feel free to comment below, and maybe we'll go over to Facebook and we'll private message. But also give your eyes a cool down. Those cucumber pictures, y'all, it's true. There's actually things in the cucumbers that help your eyes not swell, but I think a lot of it has to do with something cool you can put on your eyes. But lower temperatures do bring the swelling down of the eye tissues. And they talk about sometimes using tea bags. I would no more use tea bags. Have you ever seen the inside of your tea pitcher? It stains. You don't want to put tea under there. No, 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 no. I would not use tea. Use the cucumbers. Consider a good eye cream. And I'm going to talk to you about that in just a second. Hello. Oh, and then concealer. This is not an eye cream, but I tell you, this is the best stuff. This is by Bobbi Brown. I've talked about it before. It is the Extra Repair Moisture Cream. Extra Repair Moisture Cream, not her eye cream. And what I do is I just stick my fingernail in here backwards like that, so it's like a little spatula. And I use my ring finger, and I put it, I just get it between both of them, like that. And then I do smooth it on all the way out to where the crow's feet are, and then I pat it in. Smooth it on. I'm going very light, because for one thing, it's very, very light, and it's very moist, and so it's not pulling at all. The one thing I would tell you to be also, I've got something on my eye. I don't know what that is. There we go. I would tell you to be very careful when you're doing concealer. Definitely always only pat it on. The only exception is I do use the under eye erase. What is it? Maybelline. Dark Circle Eraser, I think this is actually what it's called. I've shown it to y'all before. It's the one that's a little stick from Maybelline. It's got the little spongy top, and it's so light that you're not pulling at all with that, as long as you've clicked up and got some product in there, and you can just swoop that. But then once you put it on, like I just did, then pat it back out. For one thing, it pats it down in the pores. Yeah, you're stuffing those pores with this stuff. And within minutes, this stuff that really does make and it is early morning right now, so you may see a difference before the end of the video. Maybe. Okay. The other thing that I was going to talk to you about, but I think we're too close to the end of the video, is going to be eyebrows. Okay, so this will probably end up being running over into part 2, so just know there'll be part 1 and part 2 with all this. So, eyebrows. Well, I have different views about what to do, and I like lots of them. Obviously, from the past, I have these lots of little pencils that you can get, and you can get these at the drugstore, and they're fine. The only thing is you have to sharpen them, and because they have wax in the product, sometimes, you know how you go to have your eyebrows waxed? Sometimes they actually, I'll, draw, and then I'll pull it off, and I'll see all these little eyebrows in it. And I'm like, oh, that wax pulled some of it out. So I'm not sure what products are great. This is saying that it's time for me to go. And so we'll go into part 2. And I will say for now, bye.